All right, have you ever wondered what exact paperwork stands between you and your first booked load? Well, I booked over $250 million in freight in my logistics career at this point, and I can tell you that most new brokers waste like days of chasing the wrong forms or missing one signature that just holds everything up. And it's not about working harder, it's just about having the right system or frameworks, if you will. So in this video, I'm going to show you the simple 3-drawer digital filing cabinet system that you need to legally book loads fast, and also how to use it to make shippers trust you over anyone else, and how it keeps you compliant from day one. So also, if you're serious about making a move into this and you want to work with me, there's a link to my full freight broker training below. All right, the first problem we need to solve is proving you're a legitimate business. So without this, no shipper or carrier will take you seriously. And this is what goes in the first drawer of your filing cabinet labeled your business. So think of this as like your right to operate packet. So here's how you apply this. You just need 4 documents. So first is your authority letter from the FMCSA. Second is your $75,000 surety bond, which is also known as your BMC 84. No, you don't have to put up front $75,000. Don't worry. This is a powerful trust signal for carriers because it shows that you have a financial guarantee. And third, your BOC3 filing. And then fourth, your W-9 form, and you're set. Your application here is simple. Just save these 4 documents as PDFs in a folder on your computer named Drawer 1 My Business Docs. Once that's done, you're ready to start building trust with your first customer, which brings us to the second drawer in our filing cabinet. So you've got your business foundation locked into drawer 1, but having your own house in order is only half the battle. So now you face the next big problem, which is convincing a shipper who's probably been burned by unreliable brokers before to trust you with their valuable freight. This is where the second drawer of our filing cabinet labeled Your Customers becomes your most powerful tool for building instant credibility. So think about this from the shipper's perspective. They're worried about getting a broker who's disorganized and slow. By having this packet branded perfectly and organized, you're performing what's called an accusation audit. You're silently answering their biggest fears. Is this person professional or are they organized? And proving the answer is yes. And this is strategic empathy, and it works. So here's your application. This shipper trust packet needs 4 key items. So first is your broker shipper agreement. Now, a lot of shippers won't sign this until you've moved a few loads with them, but your goal is to get it signed as soon as possible because it protects you. Second, you'll provide your certificate of insurance showing your contingent cargo coverage. That's the only type of coverage you need on your COI right away. If they need to be added as a certificate holder, your insurance agent can do that in a matter of a couple minutes, or you can probably just do it on their portal yourself as well. Third and fourth, you'll include your authority letter and your W-9 again from drawer 1, and that's it. See how easy that is? So you're just grabbing a copy. So the professional move is to have these 4 documents combined into a single professional looking PDF ready to email at a moment's notice. So when a shipper asks for your info and you reply in under 60 seconds with everything they need, you immediately stand out from 99% of the other brokers who have to scramble to find everything and respond in hours, okay? So you've made their life easy, which is the first step to winning more business. All right, so you've used drawer 1 to prove that you're legit and drawer 2 to win the shipper's trust, and now you have the load, okay? But you still have to solve the most critical problem, finding a safe, reliable, and compliant carrier to actually move it. And this is where you open your third drawer labeled your carriers or carriers, however you want to do it. And this isn't just paperwork, this is your shield, okay? It protects you, your customer, and your money from a bad carrier. So here's how you do it. Before you even think about sending a rate confirmation, you need a carrier compliance packet from them, okay? You need their signed broker carrier agreement, which critically includes a non-solicitation clause. You also need their W-9, their operating authority certificate, and their certificate of insurance. So now listen closely on this part. Their insurance must show at least $1 million in auto liability and $100,000 in cargo. So a nice professional tip for you. Get a COI directly from their insurance agent, not the driver, ideally, to ensure that it's authentic and hasn't been altered. So your carrier vetting software will help with this, but it's a good habit to form. So lastly, they use a factoring company. They'll send you a notice of assignment. And this is basically just a simple instruction telling you to pay the factoring company, not the carrier directly. So it's a very critical piece of the puzzle to just make sure that payments go to the right place. And now that our 3-drawer system is set up, the day-to-day paperwork, it becomes very simple. Once you do this over and over again, easy street, all right? For every single load, you'll create what are called transaction documents. So first is the rate confirmation. This is the single most important document for any load. It's a legally binding agreement that you send to the carrier that details the pickup and the delivery and what the product is and the rate that you both agreed on. Always get it signed before the truck is loaded. Next is your bill of lading, otherwise known as your BOL. This is something that you would create and you would send that over to the carrier. So once they arrive at the shipper knows that the carrier is associated to you. Once the load is delivered and signed for by the receiver, that same document becomes the proof of delivery, otherwise known as the POD. So you absolutely must get a clean signed POD back from the carrier because that's what you need to invoice your shipper and get paid. So finally, none of this matters if you can't find it. So the FMCSA requires you to keep records for at least 3 years. So your final step is organizing all your paperwork. So forget paper files. Your digital filing cabinet should be in Google Drive or Dropbox. Create 2 main folders, shippers and carriers. Inside each, create a subfolder for every load named by the load number. In that folder, you'll create the rate con, the signed POD, and the invoice. And this system keeps you compliant and lets you find any document in 15 seconds or less. So the paperwork in freight brokerage isn't complicated, but it is mandatory. It's how you protect your business and build trust and make sure that everyone gets paid. So getting this right is the price of admission to the industry. But here's the hard truth. Nailing your paperwork just gets you in the game. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. The real difference between brokers who scrape by and the ones that earn $500,000 a year or more isn't what they do. It's what they stop doing. It's about eliminating the bad habits that kill your focus and your income. So watch this video next and I'll show you the 7 things I had to quit to build a $500,000 a year freight brokerage.